In today's video, you'll hear the most interesting complaints that Russian soldiers and their wives posted online in the last 7 days. Let's start with a comment that was posted by soldier Oleg, who finally realized after 600 days of war that he's a bad guy. Here's what he posted.
Propaganda is a very powerful thing. After spending more than a year there, you start to understand everything perfectly. Regarding Lugansk, I can say with 100% certainty that we weren't expected there and we weren't needed there. Those who work for Russia have long moved there, taken advantage of all possible benefits, and live comfortably. I lost count of how many times I've traveled through Starobelsk, Svatovo, Kupiansk and nearby areas. Well, in Starobelsk there is a significant number of young Ukrainians of draft age, but they're not fighting, they don't want to. So the question is, why should I be there? Or what? For the ambitions of the self-proclaimed tsar? I earned good money working in civilian jobs and I'm not interested in a career as a clueless soldier. They artificially prolonging the war. Our Russian guys are dying while Putin's henchmen, foreign specialists, are turning the country into a mess. I can even tell you how many sons, husbands or close relatives of officials and deputies have died in the entire time of this special military operation. It's a big fat zero. They're not there. For your information, in World War II, even Stalin's sons fought and died. And now what's happening? Shoigu's son and son-in-law make TikTok videos, and Putin's daughters aren't working as paramedics for some reason. On that comment, Oleg got a reply from Natalia. Oleg, believe me, if it weren't for us, they would be attacking us right now, so our guys are the best. And here's Oleg's response. Natalia, I think at the beginning of this special military operation, just like me, everyone believed in this story. However, it turned out to be a controversial claim with a lot of conflicting information if you think logically. Our forces reached Kyiv in just a couple of days with little resistance, when we were assured that if we didn't attack today, the Ukrainians would attack us tomorrow. This raises the question of who they were supposed to attack tomorrow if they couldn't even stop our advance on Kyiv. Where was their army? In Donetsk and Lugansk, there was a ceasefire, much like we had during the First and Second Chechen Wars, when each carrier wanted to break away. Furthermore, if they had attacked us, we could have acted like Israel, leveling everything, and our doctrine allows the use of nuclear weapons, which would have quickly ended the war, and we couldn't have been condemned for it. Clearly, the calculation was that the Ukrainians would surrender immediately, but everything went south because we were unfortunately unprepared. And in the eyes of the world, we became the aggressor who attacked a neighboring state. Many are ready to defend their territory. Belgorod, Voronezh, Rostov, Kursk, and so on. These are genuinely our territories. But the annexation of new regions is Putin's personal ambition. They didn't even ask the people whether these new regions were needed. We have almost no allies in this matter. There are only countries with a neutral status, and even then it's only because of economic benefits for them.
It's obvious that this war doesn't bring anything good to the world and to Russia itself. One of the things that this war brings is ex-convicts who return to Russia to cause more trouble. And it seems many Russians are bothered about this fact. Just listen to this post and the replies it got.
Last year, 2022, they arrested my neighbor for the murder of his father. They gave him either a 7 or 9 year sentence, and I can't remember exactly. He confessed, acknowledged his guilt, claimed it was due to a state of shock, and so on. The other day I saw him in a store and he told me he's on vacation. He explained that as soon as he was imprisoned last year, he signed papers and went to Ukraine to fight. He served a year there and was granted vacation. My question is, can murderers just be released on parole like this nowadays? What if they commit another offense? It's frightening to think that murderers and rapists could be walking around nearby during their parole. Is it really the case that those who have served in the military are just told to go and relax? Are these our actual laws? Yes, it is actually. And here is the replies this post got. We had a situation in our area where one guy killed an elderly lady when he was on leave. He had been in prison for murder. He had the whole village in fear. He went around smashing cars with an axe. Everyone was shouting, "He's going to cause trouble, take action." But they didn't manage to prevent it. The elderly lady is no longer with us. It seems they sent him off to the special military operation again. They quickly hushed everything up, and there is no information about where he is now.
The fact that ex-convicts easily go on leave, vacation, or on parole upset many Russian soldiers and their wives. Just listen to what one of the wives of mobilized soldiers posted about this online.
"It's unfair. My husband didn't kill anyone. He has no criminal record, served in the army, fought in Chechnya, and at the age of 47 he was called up for mobilization. He's been in the special military operation zone for the second year without any specific end term in sight, no regular leave, and as a combat veteran, he has no idea when or how all of this will end. Meanwhile, people like your neighbor have managed to do it all: commit murder, serve time in prison, participate in the war, and return home with honors to civilian life. It makes you wonder, maybe my husband needed to kill someone to come back home, like a military commissioner, for example."
Russia is full of unfair things. For example, the families of mobilized Russian soldiers were promised that they will receive free firewood to keep their houses warm. By the way, if you didn't know, approximately 27% of Russian villages don't have gas, so they have to use firewood. And so here's what happens when some of the families actually trying to claim this promised free firewood.
Today, I contacted the administration regarding firewood because my husband is on the special military operation. We have a child and they denied us assistance because the child is older than 3 and my husband is a contract soldier, so we're not eligible. Regarding firewood, they told me that there is no free firewood, only if we buy it, and it would cost 10,000 rubles for a truckload. There are others who were also told that there is no free firewood. Not all villages in our area have access to natural gas. There are many villages where people still rely on firewood and coal for heating. For example, a truckload of firewood costs 12,000 rubles and coal costs 14,000 rubles. Not everyone can afford to buy firewood and coal. Oh, I also have a story on this topic as the wife of a serviceman. Right now, my husband is on the special military operation. I didn't know there was such a thing as assistance for families like ours, and I never sought help. I always managed everything on my own. So one day I received a call from the administration, from the public relations department, saying that if I needed help, I should reach out. I said, okay, thank you. I called them at some point and asked if they could help me clear the area from trees, grass, roots, and so on. They accepted the application, but in the end, they refused, saying it's not a big issue and they have few people. Please don't comment that it's not expensive and that I could do it myself. It costs over 50,000 rubles. We have 3 children, one of whom studies in another city with tuition fees. You know what I mean, I hope. I could afford it, but the question is, why all this ass-kissing? Is it just for show within the administration?
It happens exactly for this reason. Okay, and now the final post of this video. I'm not sure if it was done on purpose or not, but some families of mobilized Russian soldiers received free tickets to theaters on Ukrainian play, and it sounds hilarious, to be honest. Just listen to it.
We got tickets as a family of a mobilized soldier to the Golden Ring for the play Once Upon a Dog. Despite the beloved animated film based on a Ukrainian fairy tale, the sight of a Cossack with an expressive top knot running around the hall shouting in Ukrainian and carrying a rifle looks like a mockery. Has anyone else been there? And did this bother anyone?
It sounds like a nice trolling. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video was insightful and interesting. Please support it with like and subscription. I'll see you with more in the near future, and goodbye to you all.